I was gonna do a reaction to the little teaser they put out, but I feel like this makes more sense because this is something going through everybody's mind, and I am kind of doing a separate video on this, but let's get to the point of this video right now. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Derek Review, back again with another video. And we just got a little teaser for Deadpool and Wolverine announcing finally that their tickets are on sale. And what am I going to do about it? Nothing. I'm not going to do anything about it at all. Yeah, tickets are on sale for a movie that's like 2 months away at this point from where I'm counting. But I'm going to be honest with you. This is another Marvel style event I'm actually kind of proud for because I remember back when Spider-Man No Way Home came out. We were like, oh my god, we're so excited for the Spider-Verse. And then when Doctor Strange came out, we're like, multiverse, I'm kind of done with it because we only went into one universe. Not that I didn't like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I liked it for what it was, but I feel like the conclusion, or should I say the quote-unquote three-part trilogy as they were leading it up to with WandaVision, then Spider-Man No Way Home, then Multiverse of Madness, I thought it was going to lead to something bigger since the Multiverse Saga is the huge event thing at the moment. And Ant-Man failed at actually proving that Kang the Conqueror was going to be a good villain. And I feel like nobody cares at this point of what Marvel is doing with their Multiverse Saga now. Don't get me wrong, I'm still on the Marvel train for right now because, yeah, I'll see a thing and depending if or not I like it or don't like it, I will go see. I'm like, okay, if it's good. And for the most recent Marvel titles, I can actually give my honest opinion on. Doctor Strange, I actually liked. Thor Love and Thunder, not as good as the last one, but hopefully you can do better with the third one, Taika. Moon Knight, I liked. Miss Marvel, they changed her powers, but I still kind of enjoyed it for what it was. She-Hulk, we don't talk about that one. Unless you're thinking of actually doing She-Hulk correctly. I know she breaks the fourth wall, but that's not the one I grew up with. I grew up with actual savage She-Hulk. Black Panther 2, I can actually say they tried as much as they could. It's still a decent movie, but the thing is that that movie on its own, it's in its own separate lane. It's not connected to anything multiverse-like and is going to deal with their own small-scale problems. And I'm actually kind of proud for what they did with it and the outcome of what that certain event is going to lead to. Ant-Man and the Wasp failed. The Marvels felt like a whole TV show finale, but for what it was, I'm like, what else is new? Echo, I was a bit conflicted on because I thought they were going to do something small scaled like the Marvel Netflix shows, but a same thing again. They kind of changed up her powers. She's not supposed to have Native American ancestry powers, but the show did its own thing, and I'm like, okay, I get what you're doing for Disney being woke again, but that's not the point of the Marvel character. And if we're going to see more of that character, do more of what that character is like in the comics, you know? Leading to the one thing we can all agree on with Marvel in 2024, the return of the X-Men. And yes, X-Men 97 is done. Reviews on the way, but I gotta say, that show feels like it was good on accident because I could just say this was not produced by Marvel Studios. I could say this was proved by somebody who knows the X-Men, who knows the lore, who watched the animated series back in the 90s, and then they're like, you know what? The show stopped, and I feel like instead of rebooting it into a whole new genre of cartoon for modern day audiences, let's pick up where we left off and actually continue the story from there. That I can say is a good Marvel show, and I can't wait for season 2 to come out. But the real choice is this summer's Deadpool and Wolverine, which I already know everybody's hyped up for. I already know that a lot of people are excited for it, not only for Deadpool coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine, and the X-Men and I guess sort of Fantastic Four characters and maybe Daredevil characters coming back into the fold. I'm not sure yet unless this summer comes out. All I can say is that this crossover movie, or should I say an event movie, is something I did not expect to be that big. I knew everybody was a bit downscaled on the Marvel stuff, but I'm like, okay, so this is actually going to bring people back into the theaters. Even the little teaser that came out, because I watched it a bit before, I'm like, I was going to react to it, but I'm like, yeah, this moment would have actually been precious to see for the first time.
What you thinking about?
Get the fuck off of me. Shh. Almost done.
Almost done what? Getting my knife out of your buttocks, you pervert!
Get your mind out of my pants.
Scenes like this, I wonder if they're going to be spread out throughout this movie. Like, there has to be. I don't want a dozen trailers showing me the scenes. I like where we're at right now, but Hopefully the movie comes out fast enough and more of them leaks don't even spread before they actually comes out. My hang up about all this is, does Deadpool and Wolverine make $1 billion at the box office this time? Because I feel like, for as hyped as everybody is about this movie, I looked at the ticket sales for AMC and almost all of my screenings are filled up, sold out. I'm like, huh. Well, Cityplex, here I go. And for being an R-rated movie, which is kind of funny because I don't think an R-rated movie of this caliber is possible to hit a billion just yet, because you got to remember, with all the movies that came out recently, Joker was the only R-rated movie to hit $1 billion at the time. And funny enough, Ryan Reynolds actually poked fun out of it, saying, "Wow, so Joker passed Deadpool, Passion of the Christ, It, The Matrix. Congratulations, Joker." And that was it. I gotta say, even though it's likely, I'm gonna say maybe, because I already know that the difference between this and a regular Marvel movie is that everybody just knows what it's like, since all the leaks are out there. Everybody looks up spoilers for stuff before the movie even comes out, which, that we gotta change that, if I'm being honest with you, because I don't like looking at leaks. I know they exist, but I remember the old days when a Marvel movie would come out, we just watch the trailers, react. We'll be like, oh, it's copying this storyline, and this is the storyline we're gonna expect in the movies. But now everything has to be Easter eggs, setup, spoilers. Oh, this person was spotted on set, so that must mean they're in it. And then when they don't show up, it's like the movie sucks now. I don't get that with the whole Marvel fan base now, but let's just go into a movie and actually enjoy it for what it is. Does Deadpool hit $1 billion? Maybe, because I gotta recall that the last two Deadpool movies, 1 and 2, they made about the same. I guess it was around $750 million. The first one and the second one, I think, almost 800, because they had the re-release and also the Once Upon a Deadpool thing that was going on. But I feel like, even though those two were two key factors, like, okay, everybody loves this character, you got to remember, this is a culmination of everything I guess the Fox universe was leading up to, because from where it led off to, or should I say from where it ended, that's not a way to pick back up the story from what happened last time. It's more about Deadpool and bringing in his story and more of the Fox factors into the X-Men, into this universe. You got to remember, Deadpool 2 ended with him going back in time and fixing all the things in the past in Deadpool 2, and certain events in key Marvel movies like X-Men Origins Wolverine. But then you got to remember, with the mainline X-Men movies, Dark Phoenix canonically is the last X-Men movie. With the New Mutants also kind of factoring in, because it does take place after Logan, and everything it's set up with the Essex Corp was going to include Mr. Sinister at some point. But I don't think they're going to retract from that. I don't think they're even going to go touch that storyline. All I know is that it's going to be Deadpool and Wolverine going on one more adventure, or should I say, one multiverse style adventure that could lead into events into the MCU, as I'm hearing. That would also lead into Secret Wars and maybe a full on reboot. But from what it is right now, hopefully this movie's good. I know for a fact that nobody's going to say this movie's terrible or it's going to meet expectations, unlike any other Marvel movie, because Spider-Man No Way Home did it best. The moment Jamie Foxx announced he was Electro, I said, wait a minute, hold up. Then he puts up that picture of him in the sky with Toby and Andrew on the side. I'm like, are they going to do a live action Spider-Verse? No, they can't be. Then they announced Alfred Molina coming back, then Willem Dafoe coming back. They didn't say whether or not Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire were going to show up. And for as much as they tried hiding them, the Andrew Garfield leak actually killed it, which everybody was like, oh, you're in the movie. And everybody was like, oh, we can't keep it a surprise. That's nice. I knew they were going to be in it from headcanon, but okay, yeah, I want to point out pictures and stuff. I'm not saying that Deadpool and Wolverine is going to have a multitude of cameos. We've already seen a couple X-Men characters. Like, some of the villains, for the most part, we've seen Toad, Lady Deathstrike, Azazel, Pyro, Sabretooth, old Sabretooth, not new one. Uh, X3 villain, I can't remember her name. I think it was Calypso. And it's funny because I didn't even pointed this out in the trailer. Some bald dude who looks like that could be Bullseye from the amount of makeup and that leather jacket he got with the overcoat, and he's bald too. I'm like, that could be actually be Bullseye, but I'm not sure if it is him, because Colin Farrell, I don't even know if he would show up for this. They're not showing everything for what it is, but I want to say, even though there's all these key factors into one story, let's just say this: the movie's good, makes over $1 billion in the box office. I gotta say, for one, it's a win for Marvel, and two, it shows that everybody wants to be there for quality, not the quantity, the quality. Because you could put out as many Marvel projects as they did in 2021 with the Disney Plus shows and their movies side by side. The year right after that, when they try to keep going, that actually saw a sign of decline because everything looked weird. Everything wasn't as good as it was originally after Phase 3 because Phase 4 was a bit experimental to see where everybody's going to be now that the whole Avengers Endgame saga is done. But now looking at it from where it was from Phase 4 and Phase 5 not starting out as good, where the first project is bad, but then the next one is good. Then it's the thing where, Ant-Man wasn't good. Damn, that sucks. Guardians was good. Yes, we're back on the Marvel train. And Secret Invasion sucks. We don't want to be down that spiral again. And hopefully enough, when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out this summer, it's good. And I'm hopeful for it too, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm in it because Ryan Reynolds knows what he's doing with this. They already have good people at the handle of this, and it's not controlled by Disney knowing, oh, this has to factor in our universe. Deadpool can do this, this, and this. And at least it's a meta story because you got to remember, all they could do is just do the old fashioned meme way because I saw somebody do a meme where how do you explain the X-Men and Deadpool into the MCU? Deadpool pulls out a copy of a Deadpool and X-Men file, puts it into the Marvel Cinematic Universe folder. No explanation whatsoever. They exist. All I can say is, does Deadpool 3 have the possibility of hitting $1 billion? Maybe. And if it doesn't, okay, that's fine. It didn't have to hit $1 billion as long as you give us a good movie out of it. That's all we can care about at this point. Alright, you guys, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. All my social medias down in the description below. Do you think Deadpool and Wolverine will hit $1 billion at the box office? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.